Hey there and welcome to Cinema Vino with Marcos Efron. This is going to be a special video because I'm partnering up with Dan Dunn, author, alcoholic extraordinaire, and creator of the always entertaining podcast, What We're Drinking with Dan Dunn. Now I'm going to put a link to the podcast down below, and you're going to want to listen to it because his guest is none other than Steven Soderbergh, director of the Ocean's 11, 12, 13 franchise, Haywire, Aaron Brockovich, Logan Lucky, everyone's favorite Magic Mike, and his latest movie, Let Them All Talk, starring Meryl Streep, is out on HBO Max right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is a lightning round pairing of 3 wines with 3 Soderbergh movies. Actually, scratch that. It's gonna be 2 wines and 1 spirit, and you'll see why in a second. All right, before I get into it, you know what to do. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, and if you want, leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you guys. All right, the movies are, first, The Limey, starring Terrence Stamp as an aging ex-con who comes to LA from London to find out who is responsible for his daughter's death.
How you doing then? All right, are you? Now look, Squire, you're the governor here, I can see that. I'm on your manor now, so there's no need to get your knickers in a twist. Whatever this bollocks is that's going down between you and that slag Valentine, it's got nothing to do with me. I couldn't care less, all right, mate? Let me explain to you. When I was in prison, second time, no, tell a lie, third stretch. Yeah, third. There was this screw what really had it in for me, and that geezer was top of my list. 2 years after I got sprung, I sees him in Holland Park. He's sitting on a bench feeding bloody pigeons. There was no one about. I could have gone up behind him and snapped his fucking neck. Wallop. But I left it. I could have nobbled him, but I didn't. Because what I thought I wanted wasn't what I wanted. What I thought I was thinking about was something else. I didn't give a toss. It didn't matter, see? This Burke on the bench wasn't worth my time. It meant sod all in the end, because you've got to make a choice. When to do something and when to let it go. When it matters and when it don't. Bide your time. That's what prison teaches you, if nothing else. Bide your time and everything becomes clear, and you can act accordingly.
There's one thing I don't understand. The thing I don't understand is every motherfucking word you're saying.
Next is Behind the Candelabra, based on Scott Thorson's book about his complicated relationship with Liberace, played with impeccable flamboyant grace by Michael Douglas.
I'm so sorry I'm so informal. So happy you all could come.
Don't these things belong in an oven?
Oh, he's so mean to my babies. I mean, this is my family. And this is baby boy. Baby boy. He's very old. He's deaf. He's blind. I'm a seeing eye person.
You know, I could get something to help clear up his eyes.
Scott works with animals.
Oh.
Well, I worked for a vet, for a while, and we had a lot of poodles with eye problems.
Oh, that would be fabulous. No one's been able to help my little baby boy. You know, I hate to see him suffer.
And last but not least, we've got the original king of cool movies, the one that started it all, Ocean's 11, which is actually a remake of a 1960 Frank Sinatra Rat Pack movie of the same name. They're both great movies.
You guys are pros. The best. I'm sure you can make it out of the casino. Of course, lest we forget, once you're out the front door, you're still in the middle of the fucking desert.
You're right. He's right.
Reuben, you're right. Our eyes were bigger than our stomachs.
That's exactly what it is. Pure ego.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Thank you for lunch.
This swab was delicious.
Sorry we bothered.
Look, we all go way back, and I owe you from the thing with the guy in the place, and I'll never forget it.
That was our pleasure.
I'd never been to Belize.
Give Dominic your addresses. I got some remaindered furniture I want to send you. Look, just out of curiosity, which casinos did you geniuses pick to rob?
Bellagio.
The Bellagio, the Mirage, and the MGM Grand.
Those are Terry Benedict's casinos.
Is that right?
That's right.
You guys, what do you got against Terry Benedict?
What do you have against him? That's the question.
He torpedoed my casino, muscled me out. Now he's gonna blow it up next month to make way for some gaudy monstrosity. Don't think I don't see what you're doing.
What are we doing, Reuben?
you're gonna steal from Terry Benedict, you better goddamn know. This sort of thing used to be civilized. You'd hit a guy, he'd whack you, done. But with Benedict, at the end of this, he better not know you're involved, not know your names, or think you're dead, because he'll kill you, and then he'll go to work on you.
That's why we have to be very careful, very precise.
Well funded.
Yeah. You gotta be nuts, too. And you're gonna need a crew as nuts as you are.
All right, so without further ado, let's drink. Okay, first up, we've got the Limey. Now, some of this movie takes place in LA's grittier parts, but a lot of it has this golden Hollywood Hills vibe to it. And you know, when Terrence Stamp isn't running around LA unleashing this perfect torrent of Cockney profanities, the movie really does have this cool, easy breezy vibe to it. And a lot of that is due in part to the world of Peter Fonda's record producer character. He's Terrence Stamp's daughter's love interest. So with that golden-hued vibe of his world, I thought, you know what? A big, buttery Chardonnay would go well with this movie. Now, typically, I'm not a big buttery Chardonnay kind of guy, but I just think it fits. And this is an Edna Valley Chardonnay, and you know what? It even says buttery on the label. Okay, so next up, I'm going to go with Behind the Candelabra. Now look, anything having to do with Liberace is going to have to be big and bold and glitzy in the center of attention. Now in the movie, Scott Thorson, played by Matt Damon, was the object of Liberace's affection. But this was Liberace after all, and Scott soon realized that his love was conditional. But romance aside, it's undeniable that Liberace had this incredible presence and this sheer sway over people, and not just his audience. So in keeping with the Liberace aesthetic, I searched high and low for a bottle that I thought was, you know, glitzy and glittery enough for who he was. So this is what I've got. This is the Gemma di Luna Moscato. It's even got a little bit of glitter on the bottle. Now look, I get it. Liberace was only half Italian, but I don't think Poland makes a sparkling wine. All right, last but not least, we've got Ocean's 11, and I'm gonna flip the script and I'm gonna go with whiskey instead of wine. Now, I get it, it's a George Clooney movie, and you're thinking, well, if you're gonna break the rules, Marcos, why don't you go with Casamigos tequila? And you know what? I love Casamigos tequila, but nothing says Vegas to me more than bourbon on the rocks. And nothing says Rat Pack cool more than Jack Daniels. You know, it's good, it's cheap, and it's been the fuel of rock stars and miscreants for decades. Yeah, sure, you could probably class it up with Gentleman Jack, or you could just be like Frank. Put it on the rocks with a splash of water. And there you have it, a Cinema Vino Steven Soderbergh trio. Try saying that 5 times real fast. Thanks for watching, and tune in to the next Cinema Vino with Marcos Efron.